Will Georgia Tech land Dewey Young? A big decision coming up for the four-star offensive lineman out of Michigan. We talked about it today with the decision coming up on July 6th for the standout prospect. All right, what's going on, y'all, man? Welcome back to the show. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Today, we're going to be talking about a recruit, Dewey Young. But before we get started, please, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video, man. Join and become a member today for you to get exclusive intel on Georgia Tech and all the 6 teams that I covered: Tennessee, Miami, Tennessee, Texas, Bama, Georgia, and then obviously Georgia Tech. But as we get into the show for today, we're going to talk about Dewey Young, okay? So a major announcement was had yesterday, okay? And that major announcement was his Final Four, right? Now, this is good for Georgia Tech that they're in this position because goes to show Coach Key and Coach Mo have been recruiting at a very elite level at the program, right? They've been bringing in guys, doing their thing, and they have 3 offensive tackles right now: Braylon Mills, KJ Johnson, Joshua Simmons-Pell, right? So Dewey Young will be the 4th. They will have 6 offensive linemen total. Of those 3 I mentioned, they also have Jordan Dillon, right? And then they also have Jaden Thompson, excuse me. So they got plenty of guys on the O-line, right? They have 5 right now. For me personally, okay, so before I actually give my opinion, here's his top 4. His top 4 is Georgia, Vanderbilt, Colorado, and Georgia Tech. For me personally, right, I could be wrong. I could see him ending up at Georgia. I could even see him ending up at Colorado. The reason I don't believe he will end up at Georgia Tech is because they already have enough pieces there, right? When we look at Georgia Tech, they're looking to land cornerback and wide receiver. Those are the last probably 2 positions they're trying to land, right? One corner and a bigger body wide receiver. They already have like 26 commits for this class. They don't need another offensive tackle, right? You got 3 of them. I don't see Coach Key getting a 4th. I feel like for Georgia Tech, as I told you guys before, and here is the other video that I did. I did a short. I said, hey, who would you guys rather have? Here's the comment right here. Alfonso Lenverdes 3479 said, we also better get Dewey Young. I don't foresee that really happening in my personal opinion. And again, it's nothing against Dewey Young. I think he's a great prospect, great player. I just don't foresee it happening because that's too many to me, right? When you build out a class, you build out offensive tackles, right? Obviously, you're going to probably have to replace left tackle the next year. I don't see them getting that many, and you still have, they went in the portal and got favorite Edgerwin as well, right? So it's not like they've been sitting idle. I just think sometimes it could be too many. I think 3 is probably going to be the marker, in my humble opinion. I think for Georgia Tech, it came down to, okay, as I said in this video, who would you rather have, Dewey Young or KJ Johnson? And I feel like for me, I'd rather have KJ Johnson. 6'7", 320 pounds, explosive, great in run game, mature. Not saying that obviously Dewey Young isn't, but has the right mindset, can bring a lot to my team: physicality, tenacity, and wanting to go and just basically overpower people. That is what KJ is going to give you on a consistent basis, right? So to me, I think it comes down to that for Georgia Tech. And again, I could be wrong. Like, I don't have intel on, what they're going to end up doing here or if he's going to land it. But if it's me, in my personal opinion, I feel like it's going to probably either be Georgia or Colorado. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's Vanderbilt too. But I don't foresee him going to Georgia Tech. I don't see it. I think they have too much, and he's a talented guy. I just don't see him ending up on the flats. Just, like I said, my personal opinion of what I think. Again, could be wrong, but 6'5", 285, literally the 3 tackles they have are 6'7" and above, right? I just don't think they're itching for that when you've landed what they've landed and you've done what they've done. Now, he's obviously visited campus for OV, in addition to Vanderbilt, Purdue, South Carolina, and obviously Colorado. But to me, with the Final Four, it shows a lot. But I just don't foresee it, right? And obviously comes from a great lineage of a family. Dewey Young, former Michigan State tight end, 1987. That was his father, to 1990. All Big Ten first team, selection as a senior in 1990. 5th round pick by the Chargers, 1901 draft. Played 5 seasons with Chargers and 1 with Buffalo. His older brother, DJ Young, former Michigan State Offensive lineman, 2009-2010, all Big 12 second team selection, and spent 2011 NFL season with the Cardinals, right? So he comes from a great lineage of family that has obviously been there and done that, right? So like I said, nothing against the kid. I think he's a great kid. I just feel like Georgia Tech has too much at the position already to go and say, yeah, you know what, Naj, I think he ends on the flats. For me, I don't see it. I think they already have too much. I think they're loaded. I think they have the talent. And I think Coach Key is looking at a couple extra positions. And to be real with y'all, Georgia Tech is in a good spot. Like, this is the position you want to be in, right? Where you're picking and choosing who you're going to land and who you're going to bring in. That is what you want. Because that means you've done such an outstanding job with the class as a whole, where you're in this position where you're like, could we get them? Okay, cool. If we don't, okay, cool. Like, we're also okay. Like, we're also going to be just fine, right? And as I bring up this point, I want you guys to see where they rank right now, right? Number 23, I think they should be higher, in my personal opinion. It's not just about recruits, but the quality of recruits. They have non-blue chip recruits according to this list via rivals, right? So this list goes and shows you all the guys they've landed. Joshua Salmon Pell is the top ranked guy they've landed, top 170 nationally, number 14 in his position, number 16 in the state. Jamar Thompson is another one, West Boca Raton, highly rated. Kyle Johnson, right? 262, excuse me, right? 90 overall. So if you Georgia Tech, and this is why I don't think they land him to bring this point home even more, 2 of your top 3 players you've got in this 27 class come from the offensive tackle spot. Why would you need to go get a third, right? At that point, you guys got to realize too, like sometimes it's redundancy. Sometimes it's, okay, we have a little bit too much, right? Sometimes too much of a good thing is okay. Sometimes too much of a good thing is not okay, right? So I just feel like they have enough, right? Now, maybe we see something late, right? Let's say, knock on wood, if anything happens or a recruit or somebody tries to get one of the recruits they have of the 3, you might be like, oh, okay, let's go see what Young's up to. Let's go see what he has potentially going for himself. Let's try to flip, like, like you have that all the way through December, right? These are just hard commits, right? So it all matters when they sign on the dotted line. So that's my personal opinion. I feel like they feel like they're in a good spot. They have a lot of talent. And like I said, 2 of the first 3 are coming from the offensive tackle spot. Tells me a lot about where the team is and how they've recruited the position. I don't think you need 3 of the 4 to be offensive linemen or offensive tackles, personally. Just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is just my opinion. So we'll see what happens. He has a big commitment date, July 6th. But with everything Georgia Tech has, I don't see it. And like I said, they've done a really good job with this class, building it out. Mooney Gibson, Justin Weeks. Last year, they just missed out on Jordan Breeze Carter, who's now at Tennessee. This year, they said, nah, we good on that. We're going to bring this kid in, and he's going to help us on the defensive line. Since that's now Abude, Braden Gordon, who's a versatile player for you. It's going to be a lineup anywhere. Stat linebacker, edge, Cole Crawford, Malik Lee, Larry Moon, MJ Burnett, you know what I'm saying, Jordan Dill. Like, this class is loaded, and they've done an outstanding job with it. But I just don't think they need more, right? I think Georgia Tech's going to probably end up at 26, 27 range, in my humble opinion. I think that's where they're going to end up. And I think Dewey Young's going to choose either Colorado or Georgia. Hey, if I'm wrong, maybe it's Vanderbilt. But that's just my personal opinion of what's going to happen here, you know what I'm saying, for the Yellow Jackets. But this is a good thing. They're in a good spot. They're getting the right players. People want to tune in. People are loving what's going on the flats for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And I think they're doing an outstanding job, in my humble opinion, of assembling this team, this roster, getting the right players in, and making sure it fits everything that they want to do and they want to accomplish in the future. Okay? So that's my personal opinion. I don't think Dewey Young will end up with Georgia Tech. I think he will go somewhere else. But that is just what I see. And with all the players they have, I don't think he's going to land. Just my opinion. Naj might be wrong. I might be wrong. But I'm just giving you my, not intel, my personal opinion. Okay? So coming up for Georgia Tech too, don't sleep on hoops. They're in the running for Kevin Savage, top 2027 guard here in the state of Georgia at Wheeler High School. He's going to make his decision here pretty soon, excuse me. That'll be a big time pickup for the Yellow Jackets if they landed Kevin Savage. They've already hosted Bentley Luiscano. They've already brought on MJ Curry. They're in a good spot with several prospects that are coming onto the flats. Asa Montgomery as well. They're doing their thing. I know Georgia Tech is kind of being slept on as a basketball program, but they're doing the right things, getting in with the recruits, and making sure that they handle business. I like it, and I like it a lot. I think they have a bright future there. So I know the do, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. hype up the video, man, and let me know other content ideas you guys want to see or discussions, man. I love to continue to connect and build this brand and build alongside with you guys. But as you guys always say, it's been peace and love, and you guys have a good rest of your day.